Yeah,
So let's go back to Christian Santana then. I see that he's an 18-year-old shortstop, projected to be in the complex league this year.
yep.
So what kind of card did he have? Did he have a Bowman first from 2021, or what was this card?
Yeah, so I believe Christian Santana came out in the let me I don't want to mess this up. But I believe he came out in the Bowman Chrome in 2021. So
Okay.
that he had his first Chrome came out in the international draft. I believe that's where he was like an extension of.
Yeah, because I see he's from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. So also, there's two Christian Santanas. One of them's from 2019 and one of them's from 2021. And we're talking about the one that's in 2021. But I just wanted to make sure for our viewers, they're not looking at the 2019 Christian Santana from the Dodgers. This is the Detroit Tigers Christian Santana in 2021. His first Bowman product did come out in looks like Bowman Chrome. So that's like, it's been out for a couple months. His stuff has been going nuts for a little bit, and to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about him. I haven't like really dove into him, and because he's been in the Dominican Summer League, like it's kind of just you're not really for sure what kind of makeup he's going to have. But to be 18 years old and to be 6 foot 165, but also to have pretty good complex of tools put together. I was interested to buy at least one common auto, at least one Bowman Chrome auto, because a lot of people are talking about him. So even if I don't love him as a prospect, I don't have him in everything that I own. But in the Dominican Summer League, to have a 161 WRC plus and to have a slugging percentage over 500, I mean, that's okay. His K percentage is under 30 as well. So, and he hit 9 home runs in 215 plate appearances. So it's not incredible, but you are having some signs of life there. And for a 17-year-old and willing to throw him a bone.
Yeah, that's cool. So, most of our listeners and viewers, are really learning a lot from you coming on and talking about baseball prospecting.
Yeah, I realize
So
I just went
what's
kind
your
of
thought process?
hard right there.
No, I think it's great. I mean, I believe everyone's following along, but I'm going to dig a little bit deeper for everybody. So like, what's your thought process when you buy someone who's not necessarily expected to make it to the big leagues until 2025 at the earliest? Like that's the projection. That's the ETA from MLB.com. We know justbaseball.com is a better place to get prospecting information, but I'm on MLB.com right now under the Tigers prospects. And I see that he's the ninth rated prospect in the Tigers organization right now, expected to be there in 2025. And when you have, the Tigers, for example, have other infielders. They have other shortstops. They've got this guy named Ryan Creedler who could be up as early as next year, who plays the same position. Are we looking at him getting traded? Are we looking at him like what is your thought process as an investor in his card, in terms of like markers that you could sell this guy, and like what are those markers and why are there those markers, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I think it does make sense. I think for this card specifically, and for this guy specifically, and for guys this far out, I don't typically buy guys this far out. Like for instance, I wasn't big on Luis Rodriguez. I did buy into some Bowman Chrome guys, but they had to, be guys that I just particularly just like looked at and loved just instantly. And just there's some guys in each product that I just kind of like, I don't know if it's the stance on the card or maybe it's their name or what team they play for. I just gravitate towards them for some reason. Milcar Perez was one of those guys. His autos are like $15, but for some reason, every time I see a Milcar Perez, I'm like, oh, that's cool. There's a Milcar. It's like I have no idea if he's going to be good or not because they're so young. But for Christian Santana, the reason I went out and got this guy is he has a lot of hype in the hobby, and I think whether he's going to be good or not, it's a name people know. And sometimes in your portfolio, if you have like a lesser known product and you're like, hey, I'll throw in this Christian Santana auto, and they're like, oh, okay, Christian Santana. They might not have looked at him in 7 or 8 months, but to get a deal done, to throw a name in there, I like to do that strategy in fantasy. I like to like get prospects or guys on your team that aren't necessarily who they were previously, but if you're like for a couple of years ago, I kept getting Evan Longoria, and he wasn't exactly a guy that was tearing up the league. But if you could throw in an Evan Longoria, that name alone made the deal a little bit better, And so I think that's kind of the strategy that I have with this. But I do think, looking at him, I do think he's worth stashing because if you look at his international ranking before he signed, he was a guy that people were excited about. And so these Dominican guys, like, it seems like everyone coming out of Central America is on fire and incredible, but there's a lot of misses that come out of Central America too that we just don't really hear about. So, it's definitely more of a riskier play, but at the same time, a lot of people like him, and so I'm kind of jumping on that hype train, I guess, if that makes sense.
Thanks for being on, Kendall. I want to give credit to our sponsor of today's show, marketmoversapp.com by Sports Card Investor. Kendall and I want you to go there and use the promo code NOOFFSEASON to save 20%. Also, check out Wild Cards Box Breaks on Facebook, where my guy Kendall and his boy T, our friend T, do their thing. Definitely get into some breaks over there. Check out justbaseball.com. Check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Paul Hickey. Subscribe, comment, like. Want you to do all that good stuff. And thanks again for watching and listening, everybody. Have a great day.